do not have a problem with it. I do not care if you are gay. I do not care if you are a lesbian. I wish that you would do lesbianic acts in front of me. Other than that, I have no further opinion. I don't care if somebody has these proclivities, as long as it's all adults and it's all consensual. It doesn't violate the NAP. It doesn't matter in my life in any way. Marriage is simply a proprietarian contract that has to do with the transference of wealth and medical proxy. It's not a religious ceremony. The ceremony is separate. I would point out that my non-opposition to gay marriage was largely predicated on the fact that certain churches and religious movements were already attempting to do gay marriages. Technically speaking, by banning that, you would be violating their First Amendment rights. You would be establishing a religious standard for what constitutes marriage, when really for civic purposes, it's nothing more than a property contract. That's basically what it is. It doesn't matter. Two men get married, they want to rub their dicks together. How the hell does this affect my life? In absolutely no meaningful way. So the government should butt the fuck out of it. The GOP is blundering its way into a trap if it attempts to force this issue before SCOTUS. It's a no-win scenario, especially for Donald Trump. Here's why. Let's say that Obergefell is upheld by the Supreme Court, and it likely would be. Assuming that they take up the case, it's likely that they'll uphold it and say, no, you're a government worker, to Kim Davis. You're not allowed to deny people marriage contracts simply because you don't like the style of their marriage. How would this be different from you saying, white woman tries to marry black dude? Well, I don't like miscegnation, so I'm not going to issue this marriage contract to you. It's basically the same fucking thing. So I have a feeling that SCOTUS would rule in favor of upholding the original ruling. It's always difficult to overturn a significant ruling anyway. Trump loses. Why? Because one or more of the justices that he appointed to the bench may agree with that decision. In fact, it could actually be unanimous in this case, or nearly. Clarence Thomas probably would be the only dissenting party. Well then, Donald Trump appointed weak non-conservatives to the Supreme Court. That would be the opining. Let's say that the ruling goes in favor of Kim Davis, so Obergefell is gone. Donald Trump hates gay people. His justices destroyed gay marriage in multiple states, even though he himself has come out in favor of it since the 1990s. He preempted the Democrats on this particular issue. He was way out ahead of them at a time when the Democrats were still saying, well, civil unions are okay, but marriage is between a man and a woman. Donald Trump is saying, I don't give a shit. He didn't care. He hasn't cared for multiple decades. As I've explained to people, he is effectively a lifelong moderate Democrat more than anything. He's more like a Joe Manchin or something like that. More on the pragmatic, business-like side, and doesn't really give a shit about moral issues. Therefore, everything that he's done so far, with regards to the border, the economy, diplomacy, and so forth, has been more from a pragmatist stance than anything else. So there are elements of the old guard Republicans, elements of the old guard Democrats, and that's basically what Donald Trump is about. He loses regardless of what decision they make if they take up the case. He also loses if they don't take up the case. People will ream him and say, well, Donald Trump failed to get this case before the Supreme Court. We should have gotten rid of these gays and stuff like that. That's exactly what they would say. We'd be clanking, by the way, today. Got some more tea. It'll be funny because it literally doesn't matter what decision is made. Whether they take it up, and if they do take it up, whatever decision they make, it's going to be, a free-for-all regardless. Because I know there are people out there, and I can't stand with them on this particular issue, that really, really dislike the idea of gay marriage. Part of this is self-inflicted, by the way, by the left. It's a very interesting scenario. The left, by pushing, instead of just, hey, you're gay and lesbian or something like it, maybe bisexual or something. No, 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 no. There's also QTIAMAP 123 and expanding the acronym to Tumblr proportions. They have lumped in drag queens, who are in many cases straight, by the way, who show their dicks to small children and read about ass worship and stuff like that. They've lumped them in with somebody who simply says, hey, I like dick instead of vagina and I happen to have a dick, leave me alone. I feel sorry for these people because after decades and decades of fighting for basic recognition and equal rights, the left has decided to co-opt what was their movement, which no longer needs to exist at all because it's like, hey, gay, that's okay. Nobody cares anymore. They're lumping it in with Drag Queen Story Hour and things like that. I don't envy people who are homosexual in any way, shape, or form. There are probably advantages to being gay or lesbian, but I'm not seeing many of them in the political sense. Just saying. These people have been effectively used by the left for several decades at this point, and lumped in with people who are simply perverts and stuff like that. I don't know if SCOTUS will take up the case. The best possible scenario is they don't. They simply ignore the case and they say, yeah, we're not going to even ponder this because we're not going to ponder the orbs on this case because it's too much of a political fireball. And that's really what is happening with regards to this case. Because if you overturn it, you lose. If you uphold it, you lose. So there's no reason to take up the case at all. This is effectively settled science anyway, culturally. The vast majority of Americans do not care if gay marriage exists. It is no longer an issue. Making it, the GOP, by the way, pushing for this would be insane. I would be very, very surprised if you find more than a handful of GOP legislators that are willing to actually try to advance this case. I would be very, very surprised if more than a handful of them spoke out in favor of SCOTUS pondering the issue. Because it would be a terrible, terrible idea for politically pragmatic reasons, if nothing else. That's about all. Peace out. All right there.
Well, I was just holding that little cough in. It was productive, dude. It gave me a little mucus.
Yeah. You might want to apply at the co-op, by the way.
Yeah.
That would be probably a place that would fit in. And it smells nice. Yeah. So hard for me. Yeah, let's go to the co-op. I want to get some of those noodles anyway.
Yeah, what was the other thing we said we could get there? Something.
Oh, Caraway. Yeah, I need to get Caraway, so we might as well get you an application there. They're usually always hiring, so. Meet the trickster. I am friends with Paimon and Belial. Now thou art out of luck. Take two. Alright everyone, it's fairly clear now that Mamdani is running away with the New York City mayoral race. He's almost certain to win. Any attempt to build a coalition against him seems to fail. So New York City... God damn it. I need to smoke again. I want to get this lunger out. Shall we go smoke?
Yeah. That's what I just spit up. I need to dispose of it.
I'll just wipe it on someone.
That's not ladylike nor demure, my friend. I can put it on a... I usually take a tissue out of the burn thing and I use it.
Spit on the floor. Camille, you're absolutely plastic. It's a very, very funny day.
Because they don't get a big workout.
That's one thing I'm never doing again, taking Mel on a bar crawl.
You know what I mean? It's basically I wear a bra
Oh, a hurricane.
to
Okay.
hold my microphone.
Oh, and a rum punch. Okay.
That is why I wear a bra.
Grenade.
Not to hold
I want
anything,
absinthe.
because there's nothing else there. And I don't care if you're offended.
That was one hell of a crazy ass day.
But that is why I wear a bra. Just to put a microphone on. So I don't ask a lot. So my bras are...
I used to like the ones that had the
Bra.
snaps in the front.
Yeah, I know. You get to hear about her bra, dude.
You shouldn't wear bras at all, woman.
I don't think she needs a bra. No, this woman is retarded for wearing a bra, dude. Sometimes you wish you had little tiny mosquito bite tits so you wouldn't have to wear a bra. Like I said, I wear a bra if I don't want to feel them flapping around.
There's nothing wrong with flat-chested girls.
If you're from Tampa, you know how to do that.
As long as the nipples there.
See, this is an example. See, this is an example of it seeming like you're not listening to what I just said. I said sometimes I wish I was a flat-chested girl so I could get
I
along
know,
without
I'm
wearing a
aware of
bra.
what you said.
Because I just don't like the
was
feeling
aware.
of the fun sex flopping around.
I like your titties.
I love them. I think they're the perfect
They're
size.
quite shapely.
Right. You're goddamn right. And the nipple to boob ratio is decent. Sometimes people can have two big nipples. Sometimes a woman can have a tiny nipple like a man and it looks like a man nipple.
Modern bras. I'm just gonna read it out loud. Modern bras lift, separate, and contribute to a global lingerie market valued at more than $90 billion annual sales. Wow. I keep thinking, because I buy a lot of bras. Not that I ever wear them, I just buy them because I'm like, this one will change my life. And it just sits in the plastic bag it came in. It's unclear when the first bras were invented, but historians have found references to breast-supporting cords or belts, likely worn over garments in ancient Greek.
See, that's exactly the thing. If you hate the feeling of your tits flapping around, you fucking belt them up and do some goddamn thing. That's all they care about, the feel. Nobody cares about the looks of it. That's what I was saying. I mean, for me, you know.
In an athletic competition with breasts bound by a piece of apparel, scholars think may have been called an amicordium. And in 2008, archaeologists discovered 2 linen bras in a vault in my bedroom, containing 15th century clutter at Austria's Legberg Castle. The garments resembled a modern long leg bra, and the slip with may be evidence of the breast bags referred to in medieval times. Here's the
Breast bags.
supporter. Breast bags.
Put those puppies in a bag. Lock those puppies up. They're destructive. And that other word. Distractive and destructive.
Relationships formed on dating apps are as strong as those formed in person, a study says.
If
Yeah, it's like what? It's like crowdsourcing, right? You know what I mean? Feel smart. It's like a headhunter for dating. So they're saying that
Yay.
you have the same
So yeah, it's interesting that they said designated targets. I should have went for
prioritize physical attraction over
whatever E1 in the last guild instead of
Find out it's all face up.
this shit.
and yeah, you run for the hills.
Did I just do fucking purple?
You know,
Yes,
it could be
obviously.
hampered by issues like dishonesty in online profiles, yeah.
I just did a purple without a healer.
Dating app profiles.
I say it all the time. I think it would be
Oh,
so
we're gonna do a
exciting for
dual
us to
colored
enter
team
a
here.
dating pool, like, you know,
Purple
like we'll change our
and-
names or whatever.
See, I wish we had more blue, but we can't.
Or it gets more swipes.
Blue or red tanks is pretty bad for me with this account. I think the other one's better.
I did
Oh, because I need to level up Rabbit for Jackrabbit.
similarities and enough divergence in things we like that we would be a good match for you.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Wait, that says 49.69, not 46.
Pina colada song.
I was having a dyslexic moment.
That's a best
I don't know. Oh, I did 3 attacks already?
Isn't that crazy?
Oh fuck, I won all 3 attacks. Oh my god.
It was about pina colada.
I was distracted.
Yeah, you took out a classified.
Yay, look.
Santa Claus
Did anybody else attack?
His wife
Nightmare. Also 1-3. Oh, he went for even smaller guys, I guess.
may decide to
Alright.
meet up